Wait! Never turn your back on the sea. Photograph what I call the dinosaur spine, which is layers of rock laid on sort of around 45 degrees, and they all finish at a point like that, and they sort of bend up and down. It looks like a big spine of a dinosaur, and it sums up the typical Cornish, North Cornwall coast. It's rugged, it's black, it's cold, it's windy in the winter months, and I just think that composition, which I've been after for such a long time, a variation of that composition anyway, really sums up the North Cornwall wild coast, and Crackington Haven is definitely the beach for that. So I'm going to make my way down this little peninsula of rock. Before the wind, it's windy. It's an offshore wind though, so the sea spray is going to be going away from me. So the conditions are fairly perfect, if I'm honest. It's got nice moody skies, which is going to suit this moody, dramatic image that I'm after. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to make my way down behind me now to this, the end of Peninsula, and see if I can frame up a shot, maybe with a longer lens if I can't get that close. The tide is going out, for those of you that are worried about whether I'm going to get stuck on this length of rock. The tide's going out. I've got an offshore wind as well, like I just said, so that's going to help me with sea spray. Yeah, and we're about halfway through the tide, so I've got plenty of time to get out, get my shot, and get back without being stranded, which is very important. Always check the tide times. Make sure you've got a plan C, B, D, and E escape plan, that is, because you cannot, even though you can predict the sea to a point, if you turn your back on it, you're gone. Especially with the cold waters now and the wind and the way that it is, you don't get no second chances when it comes to the sea. So be very careful when you're doing seascape photography. Right, that's the disclaimers out of the way. Let's get the big Panasonic Lumix S1R out the bag and get shooting. No. Out the water. Oh. Now I'm just working the same scene now. I've come down onto the beach because over on them rocks there was just too dangerous. It was the tide was too high, and I couldn't get the rocks like I was talking about earlier, the far ones, in the shot because I'm right behind a section that's further back. Couldn't get round the angle, around the side. So I've come on the beach to try and hit it at more of a 45 and use the rocks leading from the left across my frame. Got the long lens on, I'm around 200 mils, I'm right out as far as I can go. And I've just done a 60-second exposure with a 10 stopper. Using this water to flatten off this water in front of my lens, which is buried in the sand, to simplify my foreground, and just creating a bit more of a minimal look. As the tide's going out, I'm moving slowly forward, and my composition is changing all the time, so it's quite challenging. And every now and then, like then, you just get a rogue wave that comes in and around your feet. So I'm just grabbing the tripod because I don't want to drop this camera. Yeah, it's coming in and around your feet, which is quite hard when you're doing a long exposure. You don't want water in and around your tripod legs because it will slowly creep, and without you realising, before you know it, it's the lens is in the sand. So make sure you've got solid feet, solid foundations. Like I always bang on about solid foundations, especially when doing long exposures or on a long lens. So yeah, I'm going to keep taking shots. Like I said, these ones were, the first one was around 8 seconds with a 6 stop. This one is 10 stops. And I got a 3-stop case grad filter and a polarizer just to cut some of that glare. Yeah, the Lumix S1R is a beast. I've changed my mind. I've found a nice leading line, a nice curve, which is going to look really good with some water around it. I'm doing around a 60-second exposure again with a 10 stop. It's a very hard place to plant your tripod, but I have managed it. It's a bit precarious, but there you go. The conditions are quite harsh now. I'm backlit, so I've got tripod shadow issues. All these things you've got to account for when you're out doing landscape photography. But anyway, it's all good fun. Yeah, I got a 3-stop soft polarizer, case polarizer, just so I can control that glare. I like a little bit of glare, but not mega glare. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Exposure's still running now, so you never know. But I've just noticed the shadow in the shot, which is very annoying. Not sure how I'm going to get rid of that in Photoshop. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. This is my first proper vlog really out with the Lumix S1R. It's an absolute stunning piece of kit. I'm just a bit scared of breaking it, as it's not mine. But yeah, you can tell the difference in the quality of the images. The lenses obviously are very sharp, and going full frame, you can tell my f-stop is slightly different. My depth of field's obviously different. There's all these little things that I have to get used to that I'm not used to, because I do know my D7200 like inside out. So it's tricky, but fun, really good fun. Well, this is Crackington Haven. I'm Photoninja. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week with some Lumix S1R fun. Let's cram it in before it goes back. See you next week.